Yes. Alrighty. Excuse me. What's up, everybody? Peter Joseph here for a Tuesday night video. Right here on the official Peter Joseph YouTube wrestling channel. YouTube.com/Peter Joseph. Thank you all for watching. Make sure you like the video. Belch and make sure you subscribe to this channel and my other channels, which are down there where that Belch went, in hell, otherwise known as the description box below. So like the video, Belch, subscribe to my channels, and all that good shit. Leave a comment on any one of my videos from the past, the present, and the future, Conan. But don't be a dick and be disrespectful on my channel, because you're going to get blocked. And if you don't like that, then go cry to your mama, little baby bitch. You're gonna get sent to the Shadow Realm, where Satan Almighty will eat your soul. And that's pretty much it. Follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Share your love and support there as well. Share the video all over the internet. Don't forget to tap and slap that bell. Turn on all notifications so you don't miss the next one, because if you miss anything, you need to get violently slapped in the fucking face and told you're SOL, because you better know what that means, or else you get slapped again. So, don't do that. So, hit the bell, turn on all notifications so you don't miss anything. Of course, I'm not going to repeat it again. There might be a test. I don't know. But we'll see what happens with that. And if you're brand new here, welcome to the party, pal. We hope you enjoy the ride. Sit back, relax. You grab that cola. I don't have one at the moment, but I will later. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. If you like it, great. If you don't, then you go to your dead channel and you try to do it. But I bet nobody will watch you, because nobody does anyway. People actually watch my videos. And I got a lot of comments on my last couple videos, so fuck you. So if you think otherwise, fuck you. Because you can't do any videos, and if you do videos, it's all for clout anyway. I don't do videos for clout. I do videos for me. If people like it, great. If they don't like it, well, too bad. They're going to watch it anyway. If they want to comment, great. They don't, that's their prerogative. I don't care. But I'm not going to put up with anybody's bullshit and slandering my name and throwing me under the bus and all that other shit. You're going to get treated like a little bitch. You don't like it? Too bad. Too bad, and that's all I gotta say. How about that? Moving on. Alright, hope everybody had a great Wednesday. I almost said Tuesday, but a great Wednesday. We're at the midpoint of the week. The final week of January. It was brick-ass cold here in the Northeast, and even down south in New Orleans and a little bit of Florida. Got some snow. Not in many places. You don't see snow like New Orleans, Louisiana. Sometimes a little bit of Mississippi and Alabama. You know, all those cities you rarely would get snow, but, you know, you always get those 1 in 1 million chances of getting snow, and this was the year, so. I haven't seen snow in a goddamn long time in those places, but, you know, central to southern Florida, you didn't barely get anything, but it's cold down there, though. Not in Miami, per se, but, because it never gets that cold in Miami. But around the Tampa, Orlando, Florida area, yeah, you'll get like 40 degrees at night. But, yeah. But bundle up, it's pretty much the middle of winter. We're gonna see that hedgehog in about a couple weeks. Actually, a week from Sunday is Groundhog Day, so hopefully he sees his shadow. We don't get 6 more weeks of winter. We don't want that. We want an early spring. We want 70 to 80 degree weather in March. That's what I want. But we're gonna get it? Probably not. Who knows? Depends on that goddamn hedgehog, and his name's not Sonic. But we'll see what happens with that. Alright, we got AEW Dynamite coming your way at the top of the hour. Should be a great show from Knoxville, Tennessee. Yeah. So, when we were in Tennessee, they were in Nashville last week, right? Around that area. We were in Tennessee, 2 weeks ago. Now we're back in Tennessee. We got Homecoming in Jacksonville, Florida, at home base, at Daly's place. That should be fun. Got some of the old school people coming back. You know, we got a 6-man tag team match coming out of, I think it's tonight, with the Undisputed Kingdom of Adam Cole, baby! No, I think it's Saturday, actually, because Adam Cole did a Twitch today. So I think it's Saturday we're going to see Adam Cole, baby! Back in Florida, well, not Panama City, per se, but Adam Cole, Roddy! And Kyle O'Reilly Auto Parts. They're going to be in action against Daddy Magic, Matt Maynard. You want to know what makes him make his nipples hard? Well, you can ask him yourself. The return of Angelo Parker and the Dancing Fool, yeah, Daniel Garcia. 6-man tag team action this Saturday night on AEW Collision. We'll talk about that. Well, we already did talk about that, the last Collision. But we'll talk about that this weekend. And yes, I will be doing Raw probably tomorrow sometime, but we'll see. But also tomorrow, speaking of tomorrow, I'll get it out of my mouth, that's what she said. Live edition of Impact. Ooh, it's gonna be good. Gonna be good. We got the new champ, say his name, and he appears. Sing with me. I believe in Joe Hendry. That's gonna be good. Masha Slamovich, still, yes. Your reigning, defending Knockouts champion, as she pretty much sent my, Rosemary and the Prophecy to hell. But we like it there. Especially the 69th level. But I digress. So yeah, Masha retained her Knockouts title. And had a little tussle, no, not tussle, little stare down with Corey Jade. We'll see what happens with that. And also, speaking of NXT, we got Fraxium, Ben Frazier, and A-Kid. They're going to be defending their NXT tag team belts against the Rascals, Trey Miguel and Zachary Wentz. That should be good. We might get new tag team champions. How fun would that be? To have a team from a different promotion winning the major promotion's title. Interesting. I like to see that, but we'll see. And a whole lot more tomorrow night on TNA Impact Wrestling. They also got Ring of Horror, episode 100. That could be interesting, too. Not that I will be watching that later on Thursday night, but I will be watching the live edition of Impact on Access TV. And if you don't have access, well, fuck you. Watch it on a free stream or find it somewhere. And that's pretty much it. But we got that all this weekend. We got SmackDown as well this weekend. And Collision. And then we'll get ready for Royal Rumble Week. We got take that back. We got Saturday's main event this Saturday night. Forgot about that. So, what are you watching this Saturday night? Homecoming, or are you going to watch Saturday's main event? I'm probably going to watch both, because I got picture-in-picture, so. But I'll probably be mainly watching Saturday night's main event. Then I'll watch Collision, and then we'll do both reviews. Well, we'll see what happens with that. I'm not doing predictions. I don't feel like doing it. But I will be doing predictions for the Rumble. I'll be doing predictions for Vengeance Day and Elimination Chamber coming up. And also for Rebellion, for TNA Rebellion coming up in February as well. And also AEW Revolution coming up March the 9th. So that's the stack of predictions videos and maybe more coming your way in the next 2 months. And we'll see what happens as we get to WrestleMania. I did say I will be here through WrestleMania. Now it's kind of like back and forth. I don't know yet, but hopefully I will. We'll see. If not, I'm not. But because I'm busy with work, that's not, it's not anything that I'm going to be taking time off or anything. I am going to be taking some time off of YouTube, but probably maybe sometime in the summertime. But we'll see. We'll see. Depends on my job. Because I got lots of things to do this year. Lots of things to do coming up until Easter, really. As my schedule will be changing, pretty much for the better. But we'll see. We'll see. I got a promotion coming up, so we'll see. We'll see. I have to pass that promotion, but it shouldn't be that hard. That's what she said. But I digress. But lots of things coming between now and pretty much till about around WrestleMania time. But we'll see. Hopefully everything will be good through WrestleMania, and then as we get to May, that may change. We'll see. We'll see. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, before we get to Dynamite coming up in a little while, let's get to the video. I hope you had a great day, and if you didn't have a great day, well, fuck you. I hope you guys in the Northeast stayed cold. It was cold today. Thankfully, I did not go out today, because I took the day off. Tomorrow, I do have to go back to work, and I have to go to the doctor the next 2 days, because I have to get a blood test, and I have to get some other stuff done. So, but it is cold right now. As of right now, it is 16 degrees. So hopefully you're in some warm clothes in a warm house. And maybe, just maybe, you're snuggling with your loved one. But that's, for me, that'll be later. But, it is what it is. Rose is taking a nap. But she's always taking naps. She's old. What do you want me to do? I took a nap before. I'm still talking to her. You can tell I'm fucking wiped out. Not because I did the, we had the good old, wango tango, but, you know. But we'll see. Maybe later. Maybe later. You know, we can't have it all the time, you know. It depends on how me and the missus feels, and, you know, and all that good stuff. But anyway, on this Tuesday night, Wednesday night, I don't even know what fucking day it is. Yeah, you know. Hey, I came off the flu, finally. I'm pretty much about 95% better, but my mind isn't 95% better right now because coming off that flu made me, you know, but it is what it is. But on this Wednesday night, January the 22nd, 2025, right here on the Peter Joseph channel, I'm Peter Joseph, but you knew that already. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time. Right now, after 12 minutes of spiel, it is time for your late and out-of-date NXT review from last night's episode, January the 21st, 2025. And we're back at home base. We won't be at home base next week. We'll be in Atlanta, GA. Bad Street, Atlanta, GA. You know, be at Center Stage in Atlanta, GA, where pretty much the NWA is, and TNA. Actually, well, TNA is rumored to be doing some tapings at Full Sail University. Remember that place at the Performance Center. You all know that. You all know loving that place. So that partnership is really, you know, starting to work out for TNA and NXT. NXT is kind of going to Atlanta, where TNA did some tapings, and the NWA doing some tapings over there as well. And don't blink, but AEW is going to be doing a show the following week. Not next week, the following week. They're going to be in Atlanta, GA. I think it's the same place. I think they're going to be at Center Stage. So lots of stuff happening in hot Atlanta, GA. I mean, it's not the Hawks, the Atlanta Hawks, because they suck. The Falcons, they suck. And the Braves, who even suck even more. Sorry, JD, but, you know, your teams suck. Well, your Braves suck even more. Well, they don't suck as much as you do, but I digress. I digress on that. We move on. But, yeah, wrestling's coming to hot Atlanta in the next 2 weeks. Should be fun. Little pit stop with WWE up in Indianapolis. Cold as fuck over there, so if you're going to Royal Rumble, bring a coat, bring a scarf, bring some mittens, and bring a hat too. But have fun February the 1st, next Saturday night. Next Saturday, not this, 2 Saturdays I'm talking about. I don't even know. Yeah, I was right, next Saturday night. I don't know. I don't know what's with me today. It must be Wednesday, that's one. But anyway, have fun next Saturday night in Indy. Get there safe, get back safe too. So I know a lot of people coming from different places. I know East is going to be there. He's gonna be there hoping for Roman Reigns, our tribal chief. Put your ones up, motherfuckers. Roman Reigns, hopefully, will win the Royal Rumble. And we'll see what happens with that. Hopefully Cody loses, so that'd be nice too, but I doubt that. Well, yeah, but she's gonna be there reporting. She'll be at the scrum and the other things during Royal Rumble weekend. Probably between Thursday and, I think Monday. I think she comes back Monday or Tuesday. But following that, so that's the 4th. So hopefully she gets there quick, and she has a great time. We might see her on SmackDown. We've already seen her on SmackDown twice in the last 2 weeks because of that whole Tiffy Tiff thing. Hey, right place at the right time. I mean, look at me. I was on in a music video. Not once, but twice. Seen by millions of people, by the way. Have you been in a music video? No. Hey, you're going past by me. No, you weren't. You weren't there. You're a liar. You are a liar. Some of you are liars, and some of you are not. No, big deal. Big deal, you're still a schmuck. I might be a schmuck, but I'm an honest, sexy schmuck. Just remember that. And we move on. Alright, let's get into this show. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are emanating from home base for NXT this week, Capitol Wrestling Center in Orlando, Florida. And our commentary team this week, well, we got the return of Corey Slave. He's like, I'm here, I'm in the place I wanna be. Let's light the fuse. I'm like, did he just say light the fuse? I was waiting for him to say dynamite. I think you might be on the wrong show there, Corey Slave. But anyway, he's back. He's doing speed tapings, and nobody cares about speed. But anyway, he looked actually like he wanted to be there this week. But he's there with the man with the creepy jacket and lots of candy. That's Vic Joseph. And the man who smokes more fucking weed than Vic Joseph and Corey Graves would do combined. And he smokes more weed than you do. And that's the Kool-Aid Man, Booker T, sucker! Oh yeah, man! Oh yeah! Calm down, Booker T. Calm down. Calm down. Have your Kool-Aid? Oh yeah, okay, calm down! That guy just... shut up! Alright, moving on. Alright, we're a couple weeks away, about a month away, so Vengeance Day, we're setting up the card for that. But speaking of the show, it was a pretty decent show. Not great, but it is what it is. We had a couple of title matches. We had my cousin, Tony D'Angelo. We'll talk to him in just a second. Defending his belt against Ridge Holland. And we also had the big man from Wakanda, Oba! Who? Femi taking on DJ Nightwolf. And in between, we got some ladies stuff. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But, that's, pretty much it. Alright. So, we start out with Corey Graves. You know, we see him come back. He's great. He's glad to be there. Really, he does not want to be there. But, why the heck, guys. So, we start the show off with the North American title on the line. We got my legit cousin. Hey, Gus! Get in here, Gus! Hey, come here. I know you're busy, but get in here. Give it. Gus. That's my cousin. I'm not lying. His name is Tony D'Angelo. He gets me a chicken palm hero. You know how much I get it for? $2! You, yes you, sitting on your fucking couch, you fat fuck. You get it for $10.50. Because he's not your cuz. He's my cuz. Because you know how us Italians, you know how we get around. But, but anyway. What's that? Oh, really? Okay. Yeah, put it in the microwave. No, not the microwave. I meant put it. You know what to put it. Put it over there. I'll have it a little bit. Thank you. Tony D made me a big plate of calamari. That's calamari for you dumb fucks that don't even know what the fuck it is. It's pronounced Gallimar, not calamari. You say calamari, but us fine-looking Italians, we say Gallimar. Gallimar. This thing's so fucking good. And if you don't know what calamari is, what the fuck have you been eating lately? What is this? It's baby squid. I mean, how can you not like baby squid? I mean, come on. Or octopus. Tastes like chicken. It tastes like chicken, you know, it's fish. Like that great Los Lobos, not Los Lobos, sorry. Hey Richie, the girls, they smell like fish, but they taste like chicken, they say. You gotta love those Tijuana Mexican women. But I digress. We move on. But yeah, my cuz got me a plate of Gallimar for $2. You get it for $12.50 with interest. But anyway, Tony D, my cousin, takes on the Governator, Leech Horton, Governator Horn, yes. Or Santa Claus, whatever you want to call him. So Tony D comes out with the family. He comes out with the man who lives downstairs from you, and that's Luca Crucifino, the resident consigliere, the very beautiful Adriana Rizzo, and the man who's now he's about to get married to not Adriana, but Ariana Grace, that's Santino Maretta's hot daughter. You son of a gun! Oh boy. But congrats to Channing Lorenzo Stacks. He's gonna be getting married to Ariana Grace. You gotta love it. Hey, Channing, Mr. Stacks, can you send me an invite, please? You know, give it to Tony. I'll be there. Just don't forget to send me a plate of Gallimar, okay? That should be a fun wedding. Yeah, maybe we see Santino. Yeah, go up to Santino. Hey, Santino! Hey, son of a gun! Then he'll look at me like, you son of a gun! You get over there! Yeah, forget about it. We talk about Rodney the Piper, you know? Rodney the Piper. The honky tonk man. Yeah, Santino was a character. As much as I used to hate the guy back in the day when it just became a nostalgia act. He was funny though. When him and Beth Phoenix, I'm like, oh god, that was the weirdest couple I've ever seen in WWE history. How did Santino get with Beth fucking Phoenix? It's like, how did Beth Phoenix, freaking make out with the Great Khali and eliminate him from the Royal Rumble? Gotta do what you gotta do to win the Royal Rumble. I mean, or get somebody out. Get somebody like the Great Khali. No. Get him out of there, the Jolly Green Giant. Get him out. But then I was like, how are you gonna get Beth Phoenix out? Shit. Get her a drink. Anyway, moving on. Alright, so Tony D and Rich Holland, they put on a pretty decent match. And like I said, the family was at ringside. We get the big match intros from Mike Rome. Hey, they're actually letting him pause for a minute so the fans can go, one fall! I know Vince didn't like that when Vince was in power. I don't know how much HBK and Mr. Levesque like that, but can we just let him pause to do that, please? We say it every fucking show. I don't like the fans doing that. And then he tells the announcers, just go on, don't pause. Shut up. One fall. Yeah. So then we talk about Booker T's time as TNA Legends Champ. That was a long time ago. I remember that was a global title, basically. And then Corey goes, I believe in Joe Hendry. He said his name. You know what that means? He's going to be appearing pretty soon. So, big ups to Joe Hendry. He finally finished his story, Jordan. He finished his story. Big ups to J-Man. Anyway, he hates me for it. I don't care if he still hates me, I'm just gonna still say, finish this story, Jordan! Finish this story! Finish the game! Finish your stupid video game! Anyway, even after, it still feels kind of weird to say Joe Hendry, I already said it, is the TNA champion. After how long? Like, after a year of had a big 2024, and he came this close to winning the NXT and TNA titles, and, he got screwed out by Ethan Page, he got screwed out by JBL, screwed himself out, but finally, he is the champ. How long? We'll see. But our next event is Rebellion, coming up in February, so I don't know. It might be a month. Hopefully not for him, but we'll see. Anyway, Tony D runs over Ridge early on, and then we see the chairman of the board, Shawn Spears, come out for a little distraction. I'm like, oh no. I knew he was going to come out. I knew as soon as he came out, I'm like, where's Nico? Where's the resident virgin, Jensen? But eventually, later on, they do come out after Tony D goes for a spear, goes with a spear for a knockdown, and then we see Nico and Jensen go after Channing Lorenzo Stacks, and Luca. They take him out. The referees are trying to get him away. And then we see Izzy Dame, Boogie Hogan, Boogie Hogan 2.0 without the kids, by the way. But Izzy Dame comes out from somewhere in the back on the other side of the ring, and I'm like, is Adriana Rizzo gonna get involved in this and stop her? Well, Izzy turns on Ridge Holland, kicks him right in the face inside the ring, and then she leaves really quickly. And then Tony D picks up Ridge, hits that Speed Buster. Forget about it. 1, 2, 3, my cousin retains the North American Championship. Hey, a win is a win. I'll take it. We'll take it. The family will take it. And that's it. So, pretty decent match. 3.25 out of 5 stars for that. And my cuz is still your reigning, defending, undisputed North American champion. Not like the Fonz, I love that show. Religiously loved Happy Days back in the day. Cried when it ended. Every episode, they play the, these days of love, and then at the end, I'm like 4 or 5 years old, crying like a little bitch. I can't, fucking Mork and Mindy was coming up next, or Laverne and Shirley, those are good shows back in the late 70s, early 80s. The 80s were just an amazing time for, great hit shows like Mr. Belvedere, Alf, Mork and Mindy, The Greatest American Hero, Knight Rider, Silver Spoons, Family Ties, good stuff. Mork and Mindy, Happy Days of Ron and Shirley, Family Feud, the early 80s game shows, which are just amazing. If you lived in the 80s, that was the best decade for everything. Movies, music, everything. It was just amazing year. 90s, not so much. Not so much. I know it was the birth of grunge, which pretty much put metal on the back burner, but metal came roaring back in the late 90s, early 2000s with the new wave of British heavy metal and Nawabble, for those of you who don't know what that means. Then you had bands like Creed and Limp Dick Bizkit come out, Nickelback, and then later on you had Lamb of God, this band in this moment coming out, and metal just went woo. And then you had the resurgence of rap with Dr. Dre, in the early 90s with Dr. Dre, Snoop, the gangster rap, Biggie, Tupac, Nas, and people like that. But now, what's on the charts mainly now, besides Taylor Swift? All these, mini pop acts that nobody really gives two fucks about, like Sabrina Carpenter and, yeah, Ariana Grande is still on the charts here and there. But, I'm not big of a pop guy. I don't really care for half of these pop acts. I mean, if it's not Justin Timberlake, I don't give two fucks. And metal is still on the charts. It's still on the charts, whether you like it or not. Conquer Divide just came out with a new track called Bad Dreams. It sounds amazing. They're on tour now with New Year's Day in Europe. If you're in Europe, go see them. Tell them Peter Joseph said hi. They love me there. Well, those lovely ladies in Conquer Divide, they love me. And Ash Costello, my sweetheart from New Year's Day, she loves me. You know, don't believe me? Well, I met all four. Well, I didn't meet Conquer Divide yet. I will eventually. But I met Ash Costello, and she is not once, but twice. And she is a sweetheart. If she wasn't married, I would be. If it wasn't, you know who. Sorry. But I digress. I could have been with Maria Brent too, but, I'm happy for Maria. Maria's got a great guy, Joe Cotella of Dead, D.E.D. They got a new album coming out pretty soon. Can't wait for that. Papa Roach came out with a new song today called, what's the name of that song? I heard it this morning. I forgot the name of it. I think it's, I think it's called Something for the Kill. Something like that. It's on my community page. Just go look at it. Great song, by the way. So, can't say I don't like a lot of metal, but I love a lot. I love heavy metal. I got Japanese death metal on my channel. I mean, I got indie metal on my channel. I got everything, man. I don't discriminate. I mean, I love 80s metal. I put up Julian Lennon. The great Julian Lennon, son of the great John Lennon. I'll put up a little bit of Def Leppard and Bon Jovi. Hey, I'll put up a little Madonna too. I love Madonna in the 80s and early 90s. She'll justify my love. Just saying. But moving on. We move on from that. But, yeah. Anyway, so Tony D gets the win and retains the North American Championship in about 7.5 minutes, and that's it. Moving on. Then we go to the men's locker room, where we see Wesley and his good buddies Tyreek Igve and Tyson DuPont, the rookie, so I call them the Bears. Really, they're not happy with the resident nerd Dion Lennox, and then they kind of argue, and then Trick Willie comes in, and Wesley, starts mocking him, and he's like, oh, yeah, look at you, you're Trick Willie, and this and that. Trick Willie just comes from, turns around, bam, smack the living soul out of freaking Wesley. I think you heard it in the next state. And Wesley just, fell like a freaking house of cards. And he's trying to get up, and he's falling down like a little bitch. And then next week, we got a match between them. Well, next time, Wesley, shut your mouth. Cállate la boca. Pretty much. That's it. Alright, so I give that 2.5 out of 5 stars. We move on. Alright, then we see the lovely Bayley. Give me a hug. Pam, the greatest Niner fan I know, next to Roman. Roman is a Niners fan. They acknowledge him. You should. You dumb fuck, UK people. But I digress. So Bayley comes out, looking great as always. And she's here to talk about her issues with Roxanne Perez, who, tried to get involved in her match with Nia Jax on Monday night, and proceeded to get escorted out by security, and then, that was funny. She tries to slap Bayley, Bayley grabs her hand, and then security grabs Roxy, Roxy's like, get away from me! And then she kicked the fan, Or was it a plant? Well, that woman got, more than she bargained for that seat next to Roxy. Hey, if it was me, I wish Roxy was in my lap. Oh, shit. I know she's 23, but, she's legal. So that counts. So, but I digress. But, hey, you could be sitting ringside, you could be sitting next to royalty. You could be sitting next to Oba. Man, if I was sitting next to Oba, holy shit. I wouldn't have to say anything. I was just like, Oba, Wakanda! Oba, ooh, get me. Yes. He's the ruler. Okay. Get his little autograph between the show. Slip it under the ring. Or have Julia sit next to me and I wouldn't even... Pfft. Give me Julia, give me Asuka, Kairi, Io. Mina. Them sit next to me and I'll have fun all night long. Well, most of the night. You have to keep Io, away. She's, kind of touchy-feely. She's going like this all the time. Doing all these things. Hey, where you putting those... Keep your hands to yourself, woman. I want you done time. I know. Later. Oh, no. Alright, so Bayley comes out, talks about her little thing with Roxy, who could be great, but slapped her right in the face on Monday Night Raw. And then, Roxy thinks Bayley is like Natalya or CM Punk, but is that a compliment? Well, I don't know. So, Bayley mentioned on Raw, Roxy interfered, and that makes her think that Roxy just isn't ready to be on the main roster, and then the women's division has a lot going on right now with a champion like Julia at the top. So, on cue, my Italian-Japanese hotness, she comes out looking great. Scorpiana. No, not Scorpion. Scorpiana. The Scorpion had a wife. It should be called Scorpiana. But I digress. So Julia comes out looking amazing. Holds up the belt. With as much honor as Bayley ever did. Bayley's appreciative as Roxy and Corey Jade interrupt to actually... Well, Julia didn't say much. She's like, I respect you, baby. Blah, blah, blah. And then Roxy and Corey Jade come out to insult her. And basically, both of them get the Dominic Guerrero essay booing. They boot him basically out the building like Dom Dom does because he doesn't get a word in edgewise. Eddie Guerrero, Eddie doesn't like that, right, Eddie? Why are they booing my son? He's a great man like I was. I don't know. These fans are marks, that's why. Yeah, pretty much. If I was down there today, I'd tell him to shut up. You probably would, Eddie. He probably would. But yeah. So anyway, Roxy and Corey get the Dominic Guerrero. We don't want to talk to you, Heat. And but what Bayley did say, not Bayley, sorry, Roxy said, and he basically suggests that Bayley wants the women's belt because this era has exceeded the 4 horsewoman era, meaning Sasha, Bayley, Charlotte, and Mercedes. We can take Becky in there too. No, I was right. Becky, Sasha, Bayley, Charlotte. Anyway, so they start brawling, get a big old cat fight! 4-on-4 cat fight. Bayley and Julia clear the ring, and we get a tag team match player out of this next week on the program in Hotlanta, GA. So we'll see what happens with that, and looks like Julia has some contenders, Corey Jade and, Roxy, because she has a rematch clause, so we'll see what happens with that, and we move on. Alright, then we go to the ladies' locker room. We have some hotness in that locker room, 2 of them to be specific, and that's Jada Parker she talks to Kaylani Jordan about something like I don't know what they were really talking about. I think she was talking to I think it was Brinley Reese or something. But anyway, Jada and Kaylani start arguing about, I think, the North American title that Fallon, don't call me the Don Henley has. And then Carmen Petrovich comes in, and they get into a fight about, oh, Carmen, you're back together with Ashanti. Ooh, you finally got your man. Ooh, good for you. And then they start fighting. I mean, come on, ladies. There's so much of us to give, Calm down, ladies. Calm down. So we get that. So I gave that 2.25 out of 5 stars. The Bayley segment, I gave 3 out of 5 stars. Alright, then we see Bayley and Julia still brawling with Roxy and Corey. Jade, I mean, where's the security guards? Or lack of. We get that. Alright, after all that shit settled, we go to Wesley and the resident nerd, Dion Lennox. So Wesley comes out, he's still pissed about getting slapped in the face by Trick Willie. And Vic Joseph says, Trick trapped Wesley so hard he thought his name was Desmond. Oh, damn, Vic Joseph, you got jokes now. Alright. Welcome to the team. Desmond Xavier from TNA. I get it. Good one. Alright, so he jumps, so Wesley jumps Dion to start. Pretty much Dion didn't even get out of the blocks. And Wesley gets the win with a cardiac kick in pretty much 2.5 minutes. What a waste of a match that was. So I gave that match 2.25 out of 5 stars. After the match, Wesley gets on the mic and calls out Trick Willie for a match next week. So Trick Willie comes out, beats his ass, and then he gets on the mic and says, oh, you want a match? We're going to do it next week. And I'm going to whoop that Trick. Pretty much. I think Trick Willie's going to whoop that ass. And that's pretty much it. Moving on. Alright, then we get a recap of Lexis King winning again the Heritage Cup in a sudden death match. And then we get another match. Why? It's the third match in their freaking little trilogy for the Heritage Cup. But before we get to that match, we have an interview with Stephanie Vercoeur. Basically, she wants the Women's North American title, doesn't care who even has it at this point. She pretty much got screwed by Shotzi. So she's saying whoever wins that match next week, she'll probably face at Vengeance Day. I think we're going to get what we were supposed to get. And that's Stephanie Vercoeur versus Fallon Henley for the Women's North American title. Bye-bye to your title, Fallon Henley. You can go back with JC Jane and my girl Jasmine Nix and talk about makeup. I don't know. So see what happens with that. Alright, now we get to the third Heritage Cup match between Lexis King and Mr. Ego's son, Charlie Dempsey. No, Mr. Ego was not at ringside, but Charlie Dempsey had my girl Maddie Lenkowski, Tavion Heights, and Miles, don't call him Ozzy Osbourne. Lexis is there all by himself. And regular Heritage Cup rules this time. So I'm like, please end this feud. It's boring. So anyway, first round. Really nothing. A little stalemate. Even though we got a crossface chicken wing at the end of the round. I guess reverse. I think Mr. Rico had Lexis in a crossface chicken wing, but before there was a tap out, Lexis, he's alright because he saved by the bell. Pretty much. Alright, round 2, and we found out during the picture-in-picture that Lexis scored a pin. Great production work there, Hickenbottom. Alright, so we come back in round 3. And Mr. Ego's son wins the fall, tying it up at 1 with a beautiful bridging butterfly suplex. So we get that. So it's 1-1. So the next four wins. Round 4 begins with Lexus. During the rest period, we see Lexus going to get some water. He finds a breast knucks, and he's like, "Oh, breast knucks!" Puts them down inside the bucket. And he's like, "Nah, I'm not gonna do it." And then Charlie Dempsey goes after the arm, gets suplex out for his efforts, and then Lexus hits a crossbody for a near fall, only gets suplexed for the same. And then another tease of the brass knocks doesn't really go anywhere for Lexus. So he knocks Mr. Ego's son outside the ring for a big flippy doo. Then they get back in, the referee almost gets crushed in the corner. Uh-oh. And then Lexus, well, he doesn't usually bend the rules, but he kicked Mr. Ego's son right in the bizzles. Nuts! Then he hits the coronation. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 to officially, finally retain, and, well, he did retain the Heritage Cup with 10 seconds left in the round. 13-minute match, so he wins, and I didn't give 2 fucks. But still a decent match for what it was. 2.5 out of 5 stars. And that's it. Alright. Then we go to the back with Sarah Schreiber. She has the women's tag team champions. Bianca Belair. She's Bianca Belair. She plays with her hair. That's actually her hair. She's Bianca Belair and Naomi. They're getting ready to face Metaphor. That's Jakara Miss Jackson, if you're nasty. And Last Legend. Get shit done. So, they're ready for that women's tag team match next week on the program in Atlanta, GA, which is Lash Legend's hometown. Hopefully we're going to title change, and we'll see. We'll get that. Alright, then we go to a little weird segment with Mr. Chase, Andre Chase, telling Hanky Tank to break up, because all teams do split up after a while. That's true. And then Kehlani Jordan walks in the background, for some odd reason. And then Mr. Chase goes to another room, sees people watching a Chase U video of him cursing up a storm. And then Kale Dixon, remember him, who got murdered by Bron Breakker a couple months back? Well, he's alive. He says, "Mr. Chase, you know, that little video was great. You need to get back to that." And then Mr. Chase says Chase U is dead, and then he goes to leave. And then Kale Dixon's like, "But it doesn't have to be." So, I don't know what's happening with Mr. Chase, if he's gonna restart the school, think about going after the NXT title, winning the title. I don't know what's going on with Mr. Chase these days. I don't know. But we move on. So I give that 2.5 out of 5 stars. Alright, then we go to Karmen Petrovic and Jada Parker. 5-minute suckfest. Kehlani Jordan comes out to distract Jada, which led Karmen to grab a fruit roll-up. 1, 2, 3, so Karmen gets the win, thanks to Kehlani Jordan, and Kehlani and Jada start jabbing at each other. So we'll see what happens with that. And then the match, you get 2.5 out of 5 stars. Move on with that. Then we go once again into the ladies' locker room. We have the resident surfer girls, Sol Ruka and Delta, giving Jakara Miss Jackson, if you're nasty, and Lash Legend a pep talk for their match next week with Bianca and Naomi. And they say, "Oh, we got next, we got this and that." And then some more ladies get in, and then yeah, they're all like, "Ah, this Mermaid!" Stuff like that. They're all arguing over the women's tag team belts. Or men in general, I don't know. But Edith, is that you? No. I'm watching what am I watching? I'm watching Match Game, but I do gotta... Now they have this chick that looks like Edith. But it's not Edith, but, Alright, I gotta change the rich man's cable to the great station of TBS, as we're 5 minutes away from Dynamite. So we'll get that. Alright, so we'll see what happens with the women's tag team division next week. Let me move on. Alright, then we go to tag team match, which was made during that whole fracas with Tony D and Rich Holland. So we got Brooks Jensen, the resident virgin, and Nico Vance, no relation to Preston Vance, takes on chanting Lorenzo Stacks, and Luca Crucifino along with Adriana Rizzo. Tony D was not around. And basically, 4.5 minutes suckfest, and, everything broke down. The family fights up, only for Luca to get sent to the outside, go back in a spin wheel kick into a big Lariato from Nico, finishes off Stacks, and 4.5 minutes, and later on, the family like, hey Tony, where were you? When he was doing business with Izzy Dame. Not that type of business. But we get that. That match stunk. 2.5 out of 5. 2.25 out of 5 stars, and that's that. Alright, then we have Sarah Schreiber with Fraxium, Ben Frazier and A-Kid, and all happy with their win last week to retain over OTM. They're ready to go to Impact to defend the belts against the Rascals, Trey Miguel and Zachary Wentz. And then Josh Briggs and the legend Yoshiki Inamura come in and say, hey, we want a title shot now. And then OTM comes in, being Spoil Sports, and they're like, well, it's our title shot, and then they start brawling, and then Fraxium just, gets out of there. I'm like, jeez. It's like every division is fighting amongst themselves to get to that #1 spot. Jeez. Control your locker room. There, Ava. That's fine. Moving on. Then, like I said, Tony D meets up with the family after talking to Izzy Dame. They yell at him because of that and because of not showing up to their match. Tony says Stacks has been the underboss for 2 years, and, you need to do things on your own. You don't need me. You don't need Luca to handle your problems, or even Adriana Rizzo. You don't even need me. You're the underboss, Stacks. Do things on your own. You don't need me. Listen to the boss. Or just get out of here. Let me move on. Alright, so I gave that 2.5 out of 5 stars. So we'll see what happens with that. Then we get a little video on Ethan Page, all happy with hurting people like Javon Evans, like Dante Chen, like Cedric, and likes the sounds of people screaming in pain, including Javon. Speaking of Javon, he's in the back. He wants to fight Ethan Page. He's there with Ava, but Ava's like, well, you're not medically cleared, and you still got your, you were too stupid to come out last week, and now you re-broke your jaw, moron. And then says, well, since you can't fight, this guy will. Cedric Alexander comes in with his, fingers all taped up. And we got a match. He's got a match with Ethan Page next week. So Cedric's like, don't worry, dog. I got your back, dog. Got my back, dog. So they leave, and then A-Town, Down Under, he did it. Grayson Waller and Austin Theory come in, and they were supposed to be on the show next week, but they came in early. And they want to offer the NXT champion, Mr. Obafemi, or DJ Nightwolf a spot on the Grayson Waller Effect show next week. And maybe some extra security, but for now they're going to be watching the main event from the sky, from the balcony. Okay, I'll get that. Alright, then we get a rundown of what's happening next week on the program. And that's that. And then in the crowd we have a legend, and that's DDP! Yes, I do, Pirates. The man. Yes, signed cup, mug. Thanks to my girlfriend for giving me that one, too. But that, I digress. So we see, bang! DDP in the crowd. He still feels the Gilmore cutter. But what are you going to do? Moving on. Alright, then we go to the NXT title match between DJ Nightwolf and the big man, Oba! Femi. It wasn't a great match, per se. Eddie did his thing. Back and forth match, 10-minute match. We get near the end, and Oba powers up, hits a choke slam for a near fall. Goes for a charge in the corner, and hit the ring post. Ow! And then Eddie tries to beat up Oba, and then he gets tossed like a sack of potatoes for his trouble. And then Oba picks him up. His fall from grace, 1, 2, 3 to retain the belt in a little over 10 minutes. And that's pretty much it. And then after the match, Trick Willie comes in, hits the trick shot to Eddie Dope, who try to, sneak attack Oba or himself. So Trick hits the trick shot, and then him and Oba, big epic stare down to end the show. So that's probably gonna be our main event for Vengeance Day. So Trick will get his rematch clause. So that's gonna happen at Vengeance Day, and that's pretty much it. Alright, so NXT wasn't that bad, so I gave it 7 out of 10 stars. Let me know what you guys thought of the show in a comment down below. Don't believe stupid comments, you're gonna get blocked, and all that other shit. So, that's it. Alright. AEW is on the air, live from Knoxville, Tennessee, some little rinky-dink place. So, we have Tony Baloney Schiavone in the ring with Ocean Spray and Kenny, by God, bang! Omega face to face. You might be seeing them in the ring next week in Atlanta, GA for that, maybe next week, I don't know, or in 2 weeks. Get that. Kenny with that Final Fantasy 17 theme, you gotta love it. Well, it's not 17, but it's from the guy who made Final Fantasy. So this should be an epic. Someone's been following Kenny on Twitch to do that sign. But anyway, so yeah, Kenny and the Bluff Ocean Spray gonna be talking to Tony Schiavone in the ring. And that's pretty much it. And it was announced today. There was some big news on Britt Baker. She's pretty much she's basically in the same doghouse that Ricky Starks, Ray Phoenix, Miro, basically in the burial pit. And we found out from Conan that the reason why Britt Baker and Adam Cole baby broke up, well, was because Britt Baker was cheating on Adam Cole. With who? I bet you nothing, it was Tony Schiavone. No, remember when Adam Cole first did his first interview on Dynamite, the way he looked at Schiavone? Nobody noticed that except me? Because those are the little things in wrestling you gotta look at. But I digress. So, I'm thinking, since Britt Baker and Tony Schiavone are best friends, they were a little bit more than best friends. And they did the horizontal, tussle and everything. They fucked, and right behind Adam Cole's back, and Adam Cole probably found out about it and said, you know what, we gotta get out of here. I could be wrong, but I don't know why Britt Baker would ever want to cheat on Adam Cole, or vice versa, but it is what it is. Alright, so I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to go watch this epic face-to-face with Kenny and the Bruv Ocean Spray. And we'll see what happens with that. Alright, 7 out of 10 stars for NXT. We'll talk about Dynamite later. Then we'll talk about Raw tomorrow. So, stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be back later. But until next time, if you're not down with that, well, I got 3 words for you. Fuck you, man. I'm out. Peace!